Yeah, it is. It's coming in. So go back to StreamYard.
All right.
Hello. Let's see. Blindness requires me to open up. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, everybody. How's it going today? We are the Traveled Path Collaborative, and we're coming to you live for one of our featured female interviews. And today, we're really excited to announce our friend Heidi Babcock. She's an amazing woman. She is a real estate agent by trade, but she also is involved with so many other things. And she's such a cool person. And yeah, me and her can talk for hours. She's a very, very well-rounded person. Yeah.
We're not live on Instagram.
But we're not live on Instagram. What?
Can you
All
fix the
right.
screen so
Let's
we can
see. We're gonna play here for a moment. So bear with us. Let's see. Yeah, it tells us we're live. So if anybody is on Instagram, could you please let us know if you can see us? Let's see. It's saying it is, but you're not seeing it. Is there anybody else out there in Instagram land that can that can see us? Okay. Anyhow, well, I guess this is the best we can do here.
It's on Facebook.
Not sure what's happening. Sorry, folks.
It's not live.
Yeah, that's so weird. All right. Well, we're gonna sit here and troubleshoot, but in the meantime, I've told you about Heidi. We're gonna go ahead and bring her in a moment. At the same time, while we're troubleshooting, so you guys can see us on Instagram. Yeah, kind of odd. You can do it again, do the copy thing. Anyhow,
Let me just hit that again and see what happens.
yeah, let's see what happens. Okay. All right. Without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring in Heidi.
All right,
So thank you for your patience. And we got it. Yay. Okay.
We had to hit that button again.
Yes. Let's go ahead and bring in Heidi. Oops. Okay. Heidi.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Thank
I
you
saw
for
you go
bearing with
live
us.
and then I turned off my phone.
Oh my God. Okay. Yes. Perfect. So
Mercury
now it's
retrograde.
yeah. Oh, speaking of which, yes, we could go on about that, couldn't we? About Mercury in retrograde. It's just really, I think, affecting a lot of people in a lot of ways.
Well, real quick, we've got Anthe and Simone.
Oh, wonderful. Hi guys. I think, well, if you don't know Heidi, this is Heidi. And Heidi, why don't you start with telling us about yourself, who you are, what you do? We would love to know.
Okay, well, I'll just give you a little bio and background. I am Heidi. I live in Altadena with my husband and my son and our two big old dogs. I've been in real estate since 2006. And before that, I was in the garment industry. So I had a showroom downtown and did wholesale, retail, all that fun stuff. We used to call ourselves garmentos or garmentas, depending on who we were talking to. And so I've been in business with many ups and downs in several different, working fields. So there's a lot going on, as we know right now. I'm in Altadena, so we've all been through a lot here, but we've also come together in a lot of ways. And there's a lot of help out there. There's a lot of organizations. Since the fires, I have been volunteering with Altadena Rebuild Coalition, which is part of SoCalNOMA, the National Organization of Minority Architects. And their goal is to keep Altadena, especially the historically Black neighborhoods in West Altadena, keep them historically, culturally, and design-wise similar to or better than they were before. But one of the main things that the architects and designers I have been working with have done is offer a rebuild readiness package for free. So if your home was affected, some people lost their homes, some people lost part of their homes. If you're affected, they will put together all of the info that you need to go to the next step. So that's one of the things I feel really strongly about is that organization. And I'm sure we'll get into some other things as well. So I'm wearing several hats right now. My real estate hat is showing and helping people with leases, the normal buying and selling processes, and starting to get to know about lots and land, which I never really thought I would become an expert in. So that's kind of a little bit of a rundown about what's been happening the last 6 months.
Wow. That's a lot. And I'm sure you've been through a lot personally as well, living in Altadena, and I know you have, and, to rise above and continue to help others is really awesome. So kudos to you.
Well, thank you. I think part of it is also in order to get through the first 3 months, I had to be busy and I had to do things because you couldn't really process. A lot of people are just starting to process now. We've been very lucky because we're in our home. We were out of our home for 2.5 months, but we were able to get back here and be a hub for friends, community, et cetera, et cetera. And one of the things that I've been very focused on is gathering resources for people, whether it's a remediator like the one that I used, or a public adjuster for somebody who's having a hard time with insurance, or an attorney, et cetera, et cetera.
That's wonderful. So, people who have been affected can actually reach out to you, and maybe you can, give them the information they need, because I know a lot of people are still scrambling as well as processing, like you're saying, and they really, they're coming to terms with what is it that they need to do if they haven't already figured it out. So it's great that you're doing that. So thank you, for all you do for the community. That's really awesome. And but you are actually, so your job, let's say you are a real estate agent, right? And I mean, how long have you been doing that for?
So I got my license in 2006 and pretty much started at the end of 2006, actually, opened. It used to be a little piece of paper you got in an envelope, and I opened it on Christmas Day. So that was lovely. And so I started right away.
I love that.
That following spring, my very first client is one of my best friends. So it is, along with having kids in school and meeting people that way and working with them that way, a lot of people that I've worked with over the years are I'm still very close to. Some of them literally, some of them have moved out of the Altadena area, but I still in touch with them because, bottom line is I'm a people person and I'm trying to help people. And this is the way that I think that I'm good at helping people.
That's perfect. I totally get what you're saying. And do you feel like that's what keeps you motivated? What keeps you going to do what you do? is just working with people in that way, or
yes, and
is there something
oddly enough,
else?
this whole thing with the fire and the community, I feel even more strongly about it now because there was more, it became more urgent, and some of it honestly is I might work with someone and we might, submit something for a rental, but they don't get it, but they really just needed to talk to somebody that, like I've told people, don't worry, there's stuff out there. There's a lot more on the market now, but at the beginning,
Right.
it was just a free for all and people were scrambling. And one of the things I feel really strongly about is if you have a question, if you're stuck, call your neighborhood realtor. I had so many friends and clients on these third-party sites spending hours and hours looking for places that weren't available. Call a realtor. If it's on the MLS, if it's, been publicly marketed, they can help you with it. If it is an apartment or a privately managed place, you can go directly. But what I do with my clients, I say, if you find some place that's not on the MLS, it's an apartment, I'm happy to look at your contract to make sure it looks all right. So there's other ways that, we can be of service. But the main thing is that we just know a lot of people and we have a lot of resources naturally. So if you say, oh gosh, I need a plumber, and call your realtor. They have all of that. And it's not even on a list. It's in their head and it's in their cell phone.
Right. That is really good to know. Yeah, thank you for that. Because seriously, yeah, I think they do. And I know you in particular, you're such a wealth of information and you love sharing that, which is really super. And so, like, at this point, what kind of goals do you have? Or are you just still so immersed that you're just sort of in the moment? I mean,
well, I've been able to focus a little bit more. I feel like the first 3 months was just being out there trying to help. And then the next 3 months, I was able to put the real estate hat on a little bit. But just like the rest of my life and my business, it's all intertwined. You can't separate them out. So more of a mixed. And then now it seems like the business year sort of kind of kicked in June. So we have listings. I have people that I'm putting into leases. And I'm also anticipating with leases, a lot of people are in short term. If it's 3 months, if it's 6 months, if it's 9 months, if it's 12 months, come January, February, when these people's leases are up and their house isn't ready to move back into, we're still going to need rentals. So I'm, I will go where I need to go to help people. I'm not just focusing on our area. Unfortunately, there's not enough here. So we have to go outside to, find places for people. But that's really been, that's been one of my focuses. And I had mentioned land. Some of the architects and designers I work with at ARC, have clients that are needing land. So I really need to know the numbers, not only about that, but I need to be watching prices on homes and condos. For example, I have a condo listing coming up in Pasadena, and the condo market, if you're looking, if you want to get into the market, or you're going to rebuild and you don't know how long it's going to be, buying a condo for the short term is a really good investment.
As opposed to renting.
Right. So it's just another option. I like to give people lots of options, but there are a lot more on the market now. So the prices are coming down. So they have come down in the last 3 months. So that's something that I need to be on top of. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I have a question regarding what you're saying. So, buying versus renting, especially right now, and with the prices fluctuating so much, would you say that the what is going down, the buying something or renting something or both, or is one going higher than the other, like at this stage in the game?
My experience with the rentals is because there are more of them, we're not seeing the crazy prices we saw the first couple of months. Having said that, it does depend on the area. If you want to be, in Laurel Canyon, I'm sorry, you're not going to get a deal. But if you're willing to go to Arcadia, Monrovia, Duarte, then you're going to be able to find a nice place for your short-term plans. Now, as far as the land goes, there are unfortunately a lot of lots for sale right now. But what I am trying to encourage people to do, especially multi-generational families that lost more than one home, is if their land is together, this is a great opportunity to build a different kind of structure. Maybe build cottages for your family and have some place in the middle for everybody to gather. Then you still have room to build ADUs and you can have permanent income property. There are all these different configurations you can make now because it's a clean slate. And I think
it's kind of a case by case.
It absolutely is. Yeah. This is just one idea, but it's very important. The thing that keeps coming up for me, and I don't care what business you're talking about right now, when it comes to rebuilding, is talk to experts. You need to talk to a designer or an architect about your lot. You need to talk to somebody like Christine Hinkle at 301 Organics for soil remediation. She does environmentally sound testing, biological, chemical, and treatment. And she's doing whole neighborhoods. She just did a compost. I'm not going to get the terminology right, but she did this compost wash. She comes in and she sprays all this compost onto the lots, and she did a 5-in-a-row lot project recently. So that's somebody I can send everybody to, because whether you have a house and you're going to rebuild or you move back in, you still need to have, healthy soil. So
this is great to know. Yeah, we'll definitely include her information as well. Maybe she's somebody we can talk to.
I think that would be a great idea. Yeah.
Okay.
So back to real estate, there's the lots, there are the homes, there are the condos, and, it's really my job to talk to somebody on a case-by-case basis and see if the rental is better for you right now, or maybe you wait a little bit, you do your short term, you buy something smallish so that you can stay there while you're building your house. And then at that point, you can sell it or you can rent it and you're in the market. So that's one way of doing it. And then as far as the rentals go, like I said, I just think there's going to be a lot of turnover. So, any homeowners out there that want to rent out their properties, please consider short-term rentals, and please consider animals, because one of the biggest problems we're having is finding homes when they have pets. My family and I ended up in Whittier because we have 2 big dogs, which was a beautiful place to be. It's just far and there was traffic. But
and that's really a shame.
Yeah.
I mean, especially during this whole crisis. I mean, I feel like, hopefully people were being as flexible as they could be, but yeah, I get what you're saying. It's quite a situation, and, hopefully it's, slowly but surely getting resolved.
Well, I think that the fact that there's more available now really takes a lot of the pressure off. So
absolutely. And I know you're a great go-to person, because I know that you're going to talk to people and really help people. You're going to do your job, you're an expert, but I know, you're that person that you're really going to help and, help troubleshoot.
Right.
As well as,
realtors are, we're small business owners, and we're self-starters, and a lot of our business is problem solving. So we are people that like to work with people to solve problems, is really the bottom line.
That's well said. That's perfect. And, we want to know too, So for you personally,
Mm-hmm.
what do you do for yourself? What do you enjoy doing? What helps you to relax and give you your energy back, to do all this?
So I got to go to Ojai and Solvang this last weekend, and it was gorgeous and wonderful and
Ooh.
cool and lovely. But on a day-to-day basis, you do have to take care of yourself. I have to do my meditation yoga in the morning. I have to schedule a massage. I have to get my hair done. That is some me sitting around time. And if I don't have it, I don't feel right. And it sounds like kind of basic stuff, but it's really important to put it in your schedule. I have heard, it might have been when I was at Keller Williams. Gary Keller was a really great trainer. And he'd say that you have to take one day out of each month and just cross it out. And that's a day for you. And I might not get a whole day, but just giving yourself a morning or a lunch with a friend or go get your toes done or go on a walk. And then we've got
all those little things add up.
Right.
It's like filling your cup so you can pour the contents and give to others,
Right.
And I know you're such a giver, so that's good. I'm glad to hear that you do all that stuff.
Well, I think as women in business in this culture is that we are asked to give. And, I just turned 60 this year, and I just woke up that morning thinking, I don't need to spend so much time worrying about what other people think, and maybe a little bit more time telling people what I think.
I love that. See, that was, because we had a question which and that would apply, or if you have something else about what advice you would give to other women, especially women in business, whether they're starting or
So I did two webinars this morning, which is not normal for me to spend this much time on the screen this way. But the first one was purely business tech stuff and important, but that's what it was. And the second one was a women's group that's part of California Association of Realtors. And they do events, they do webinars, they bring other women on. They were talking about international business and meeting people in other countries. And maybe I'm going to retire in Panama, because I've learned about all these other places. And so I think it's really important to not only be around people, that are in your same business, but it's also important to have groups where, like this, what you're doing, that are women in business, women creatives. It's really important to have that support. And, being the age that I am now, I have, very strong female relationships. And I know that if I needed to call on them, that they would be there for me. And I don't know how people do anything without that.
That is wonderful. And I couldn't agree with that more,
I mean, you all are one of them. So, and I think there's somebody on this call that I know too, that's in that group.
I bet you do. I know. Unfortunately, with our setup, I can't see who's here, but I'm grateful to all of you who are here and supporting us and supporting Heidi today. I would love for Heidi to share a fun fact.
Okay, well, my fun fact is not any surprise to anybody that I know, including you, but I and my husband are very much into music and festivals, live music, however you can get it. So I think I shared with you earlier that my favorite way to learn about new music is Bandcamp. Highly recommend it.
Okay.
It's how I discovered Wet Leg, which we're going to go see this fall, which we're super excited about. And
okay.
And this is, I guess, the taking care of myself thing too, is I'm going to go to see Alabama Shakes with one of my best friends in the world. And I bought tickets to the Jesus Christ Superstar performance at the Hollywood Bowl, and I'm taking my family. And it's something we grew up with.
Woo!
So
Trying to
excited
go.
about it.
Which day are you going?
Cynthia Erivo, Friday.
Right.
Cynthia
Friday?
Erivo is playing Jesus, and Adam
Yes.
Lambert is playing Judas.
Adam Lambert.
And I'm getting chills even talking about it.
Yes.
I'm
trying to go on
Even.
Sunday.
I would go all the
Oh.
days, honestly, if I could. But so there you
Wow.
go. Taking care of me.
Wow. All right. I love that. And that sounds amazing. And that's one of my favorite rock operas. So that should be really
gonna be
interesting. Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you for chatting with us
Thank
today.
you.
It was,
was
great
fun.
having you.
You're right. It was
and-
quick.
Right? See, you're like, wait, it's over? What? Yeah. Yeah.
still
No,
talking.
I know, right? We could go on forever,
going.
but you are such a light. Thank you so much for everything that you do. And we really appreciate you. And, if you want to leave us with any, specific information, we will also, when we do the post, we will include that as well. So
Great. I'll give you all the websites that we talked about. One of the
Yeah,
ones
'cause
I forgot to mention one that I think is really important is
Okay.
Foothill Catalog, they are young architects who are in the community and wanted to help other people in the community. So they're putting together designs for specific homes, like a Spanish, a mid-century, those types of things that are things that you would have seen in Altadena before the fires. And they're working with the county. They have done a lot of community outreach. They've gotten a lot of feedback. So I think it's down to 6 or 8 designs that they have 3 different versions of. So you can go on there, and that's another way to get your project moved forward quickly, because there's existing designs you can take advantage of.
Well, that sounds really cool.
Yeah. So that would be the last thing that would be popping into my head.
Okay, that'll be great for a lot of people. Yeah, just go ahead and, message those to us, and we'll make sure that we get those out there.
Thanks so much, and thanks for having me.
Don't forget our
Absolutely.
drinks.
Oh, and cheers, Heidi.
Cheers.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Talk
you.
soon. All right. Well,
Okay, it's still going.
are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought she turned us off. Maybe okay, we're there. Hi. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for sitting with us today and having tea and, chatting with Heidi. Isn't she an amazing wealth of information?
is.
I mean, and she loves what she does, and she loves helping people, and it's so genuine. And I just, yeah.
And she's been through it.
Exactly. I mean,
And helping others.
yeah, it comes from within. It's just, you can see that is really the person that she is. And yeah, so all right. So I guess we will see you guys in
August. What's the date?
Do we have that?
We-
I want to
we have it
say,
somewhere. It
sorry,
is-
guys, we should have been a little more prepared, but we're going to find the
is-
date and tell you so we can let you know when we will be here again,
August
live and
13th.
in person.
August 13th.
August-
Michelle.
Michelle Lewis, the Blessings Butterfly. Yes.
At
August
4 o'clock,
13th.
I believe.
Okay. 4 p.m.
4 p.m. I believe. Yes.
All right. So tune in then. Remember to bring your tea
drink.
or whatever.
Buy
you're-
us a coffee.
Yes, and please, if you can remember, buy us a coffee or a tea. You can see it streaming on the bottom, and it's just
helps
just
to
a
pay for-
donation, and it helps us to pay for what we do and be able to eventually do more. And yeah. So anyways, thank you so much. And we will see you guys soon.
Till next time.
Bye.